was trying to think of what to talk about today, and I guess one good subject is I have a reoccurring health problem has popped up, and this is the reality of when you are unemployed, and that's true of regardless of your age. I mean, it's in my case because I am an older person. You kind of, well, I don't know that you expect it, but you know it can happen at any moment. And without health insurance, of course, now the whole ball game is totally different. And hopefully, it's something that a steroid shot may. I ain't gonna cure it, but maybe it'll help. And this is one of the realities of being in the hole in the donut, so to speak. I'm far away. I'm years away from Social Security and Medicare, and I'm not so sure that they would help anyway. And I'm past the age of what can I say? I've said it in a previous video. It's a young man's game. If you're over 40 years old, you're going to be facing significant challenges, and it doesn't matter whether you're a man or a woman. It's much harder on a man, but women have it tough too. The older you get, that age range. Nobody wants you. Nobody wants. And there's a lot of reasons for that. Some of them are legitimate. Some of them are totally illegitimate. And there's laws against discriminating on that basis, and they're routinely ignored, even by the so-called better companies. Anyway, I'm not going to go on and on about it. It's just a fact of life, and I knew there was a chance I might find myself in a position where I didn't have any availability of health care. That was the reason in those previous videos. That was the very reason I got those 90 days of medication ahead, as far out as I could possibly reach, to be ahead of this type thing. And what's come up is may require a surgical cure. Although I had the surgery done once, and it obviously didn't really cure anything. But it's just one of those things. It's really not even worth, spending much time on. My point of this video was simply that the whole channel is about this type of situation to an older man. It's about spiraling into poverty is the bottom line. Sometimes I have a hard time saying it, but I can accept the facts, and it's better to face the truth, regardless of how ugly it is, than to pretend like it doesn't exist and make things worse. There's really not much I can say beyond that. I had heard over the years different numbers spouted off about how many people were in this situation, and all I can say, I have no idea. It's got to be a massive number, though, of people. And society is far less sympathetic toward the suffering of men, middle-aged men especially. You're just supposed to be stoic and suck it up, and all kinds of other stupid things that people ignorantly espouse to. And at any rate, it's just a notation. I'm one of the no telling how many people are in this situation. I'm just one of them. And now the big picture is poverty. Number one is where all this is headed. And number two, long-term suffering. Now, I'm not a cripple, and I'm not as bad off as a lot of people. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that when you don't have money, you suffer. You just suffer. And sometimes that suffering can be very great, and sometimes it can be very small. In my case, I can, it's something I can still deal with, and I'll see if I'll call the doctor and see, what I'm looking at, considering no insurance. And if it's not too bad, I still have enough resources set aside that I could go ahead. A steroid shot is good for 6 months or a year if it works like it's supposed to. And the last steroid shot I got, it lasted roughly, it was probably something like that. Anyway, it's just a notation. That's what this channel is about, is how things spiral downward, and right here is a step down. So it's just something to keep in mind as things keep getting worse. My situation is what you're going to see more and more and more of. So please, it's a good reason to be nice to each other. I mean, be courteous, be respectful, because you never know what the next person might be going through, and they may hide it very well. So give people a break. I mean, you don't have to be walked all over, but if somebody is less than bubbling with joy, there could be a lot of reasons to account for that. Think about it.